are back. Finally got some sleep. I well, first, welcome. If it's your first time here, Playthrough 7.5. This will be going up on YouTube in mid-August. So at that point, we will probably have had the second. We will have had the second trailer from Berlin Fan Fest. But in the meantime, let's continue on with 7.5.
The Ilzabard contingent have contained the threat on their front. Things appear to be under control for the time being. Though it remains unclear why the fissures opened up in the first place. According to Tataru, similar ruptures are occurring across the star.
One thing is clear, however. The phenomenon is not without pattern. The tendency for fissures to emerge is pronounced in regions deeply connected to the void. Places where the barrier between the two worlds is at its thinnest.
I fear there may be a place in far greater peril than Garlemald. Though it hath since been sealed, you will recall there is a great void gate that we ourselves had cause to open. A gate which was instrumental in our bid to reunite Vritra with his sister and put an end to Golbez's dark plot.
Oh gods. The moon.
With our attention fixed upon planar fissures, I failed to consider this vulnerability. All other paths unto the void are but pinpricks in the veil compared to that great lunar rift.
And that rift might be yawning open as we speak. We'd better hurry.
Okay, so if I
Let
remember
us make
right,
for
in the
Bestways
7.5
I dare
trailer,
say the Loporrits are well aware of
we
current
meet up with
events.
Halmarut on the moon.
We ought to have Kryl join us once she finishes tending to the wounded. I shall likewise contact Y'shtola. Her knowledge of the moon's void gate is second to none.
Alphino, Alize, please do what you must to keep our world safe.
We'll be back before you know it.
A quick word, if you will. I'm not sure whether you'll run into Zero during the course of all this, but if you do, would you give this to her? Emergency rations, in case of a protracted battle. Can't imagine she's eating all that well in the void.
Apples, right?
She likes dumplings.
Like, I remember it was something small that, like, handheld that Zero was eating. It was like, oh, I really like these. Oh boy.
Doomed! Doomed, I say!
They are in a complete panic, okay.
Given thy panicked state, I presume the Loporrits too are beset with void scent.
Oh, what sweet relief it is to see you all. Yes, void scent. And lots of them. They suddenly came pouring forth from the crater.
I had dearly hoped to find my worries unfounded.
For some unknown reason, the void gate seems to have partially opened. Living Ray dashed off to activate the brands and halt the Fiend's invasion. But she hasn't come back, and we've since lost contact.
I suggest we make for the brands without delay.
My valiant savior was so frightened, I dare not move in Ilm. Oh, you're looking for Living Way? I think I saw her heading southwest towards the Drowning Brand. She had several slaughter bots in tow, but I worry they won't be enough for all the void sin. You better hurry. Living Way.
I'm saved! I dread to think what would have befallen me if you hadn't intervened! Oh, I was never in any real danger, of course. I knew you would realize our plight and rush to our rescue.
Jeez.
Aetherius is likewise plagued with void scent. If only we'd prioritized further development of the void scent slaughter bots, we could have stemmed the tide ourselves. Oh, what a tremendous demonstration that would have been. Irrefutable proof that I was mankind's staunchest ally and the greatest Loporrit to ever live. I can practically taste the praise.
Wow.
Fortunately, I was able to activate the brands. Should any more void scent emerge from the gate, they ought to be confined to the crater. Unless, of course, the void gate begins to expand of its own accord, or some gargantuan monstrosity tries to barge through, I don't foresee any major problems.
Okay, so that's gonna happen. I hate the fact that it happened right away, but okay.
Oh, nope. We're doomed.
There you are.
I left the data in Shale's capable hands and teleported here as soon as I heard. And ere you ask, I made sure to bring the key with me.
Then the real threat yet awaits us.
'Tis Golbez's domain beyond the Void Gate. I wonder how he and Zero are faring.
I completely forgot that they made a truce.
By the 12.
Behold the gift of ethos. Ethos? Yours is a journey without end, conceived and guided by principle. Hold fast to what you must and meet your fate without fear. Wait, these are the words that are in the Evercult trailer. Go forth, discover, unite the stars into one. Let none bar your path. Oh, okay. We're literally traveling to another dimension. Or more accurately, to another shard. Sounds like Zero. Huh. Yep, we're in the 13th? Oh. And enter Zero.
What are you doing here? Only you could be so carefree amidst all this. May as well make yourself useful. The gate's sheer size appears to have made it a tempting target.
But where does it lead to? Oh, hello.
Enuo, a dread void scent risen from the benighted depths of the ocean. They kept to the confines of their domain while Zeromus endured. No longer, it would seem. And once they had discovered a path to the Red Moon, they wasted no time in making the journey.
Leave the void scent nearby to us. You take care of Enuo.
I know we're not jumping into a trial right away. Like, maybe like one
Facing
more
this
mission?
many foes calls for a more familiar approach.
Just gonna transform the Reaper. Yep.
Void scent can change their form at will. Both light and darkness are mine to wield.
Nice.
Besides, what better to purge darkness from the void than darkness itself?
So I almost wonder, was that... No, but there was facial here, so it couldn't have been... It couldn't have been Zero in the, Really? We're going into a trial right now? We just completed a duty!
Face me, a mere mortal. Hast thou come in search of power, renown? I fight to end this world without
like the 8-bit.
end. All who stand before me shall fall.
There is... There, I'm doing good. Just trying to get through this. 7.5.
All who dare oppose me shall quake before the silken dark.
mechanics. Dang it. I didn't run it far enough. Okay, so now I know how that works. Spread.
Does the yawning rift not tempt you?
I breathe through the darkness. Let the light guide you.
You must break free.
The underlings are no more. Now to deal with NOO.
Life and death rendered meaningless.
That was actually a pretty cool thing. Alright, phase 2.
Light, protect us.
I will not yield my domain!
Such is the power of the void.
just now realizing.
Does the yawning rift not tempt you? Be still.
Ah, dang it.
Be still.
One wrong step.
Thus did all boundaries cease to be.
I've died twice on this and one by accident.
Void's power is mine to wield. Perish.
Nice. It's a fun fight. Okay.
They must be sealed away.
I definitely want to run this fight a few more times so I can actually understand the mechanics.
I'm glad you came. We would have struggled to face Enuo alone. I presume you journeyed here to prevent more Voidsent from passing through the gate.
With Enuo defeated, there are none left in this realm who pose a serious threat. I dare say the problem is resolved.
For now.
Nothing comes to mind. Why'd you ask?
here's what's been happening.
So the breach wasn't limited to the Void Gate. For better or worse, precious little has changed in the 13th since the Romus fell. Have you noticed anything unusual?
I know not the reason events have unfolded this way, but there is, perhaps, an explanation as to why the Void Gate and the fissures opened. Here, in my domain, even the slightest change is keenly felt. When the gate opened, I sensed not the workings of some external force. Rather, it felt as if the barrier between our worlds was weakening naturally, moment by moment, until the two came to meet.
Okay, so we're gonna have the same problem with the fourth.
And you think this weakening could be happening elsewhere?
'Tis a possibility.
What of Razatan and Garlemald?
I can tell you of Garlemald. I haven't been to Razahan in a hot minute.
Eulus took mercy upon the interloper. Whether Void Sent or Garlean, we all share the same longing for home. Should we meet, I will gladly offer them aid. Please tell Eulus as much. Wait, how exactly did you get here? No mortal could traverse the Void Gate in its current state.
Yeah, about that.
And this path of yours is still there. I cannot see it.
Nor does it reveal itself to me.
I was gonna say
Perhaps
that.
the path serves only the key bearer.
So it is not a means to travel freely back and forth. A pity. I would have liked to see my friends again.
Something for me? That smell. Food, is it? Ah, I recall Eulus speaking of dumplings his mother used to make. Thank you for the parcel. And the fond memories. There's more than enough to share with Galbez. Now that he forgoes the aether of others, I'm sure he'll appreciate the sustenance. I sometimes wonder what the void would be like if culinary traditions flourished here once more. Whether it would suffice to break the cycle of mutual consumption, a heartening thought, if nothing else. I think there's only 5 quests in this section. Until our battle earlier, I hadn't called on darkness in some time. In truth, I find light a better fit these days. Ever since you left, we've been roaming the void in search of individuals who would join our cause. Although we returned to the Red Moon after sensing Inuo's presence, rarely do we linger in a single location. However, if the interloper you spoke of does intend to seek me out, it might be wise to return to my domain. Why don't you join us? With Inuo defeated, the source should be in no imminent danger. Good. We'll wait for you by the crater. There's a teleporter situated between here and the center of the moon. I used it to travel to the surface in days long past, though I seldomly had need once my generals were in place. Igayorm herself created the device that I may lay low the servant of light. Ironic that we use it now, seeking to restore light to the void. Forgive my idle reminiscence. 'Tis time we made our descent. What are we getting ourselves into? Okay. Though it was not always so, many who live here now have chosen to do so because they support the cause. Indeed, if our numbers continue to grow, we may require more territory. Thankfully, we were able to harness the residual aether from Barbarich's domain. Those reserves will enable me to expand mine as the need arises. Right. We need best prepare for our potential guests. Join me in my abode when you're ready. It's a little crazy to think that this, we're revisiting the 6X arc now in like 7.5. I imagine you remember these, the transmitters we used to receive light from the first. If memory serves, they worked by channeling excess aether left in the wake of the flood into the Crystal Tower. Using the tower's cross-rift travel capabilities, light is then conveyed into the 13th and into these devices. I have a mind to use them now, but they'll need to be set in an elevated location. Your assistance will be greatly appreciated. Oh, that's right, we can't fly here.
Upon activation, these transmitters will shine with light from beyond, sent courtesy of our ever-watchful friends. They will serve as beacons in the dark for those that would seek me out.
So we literally just made a lighthouse. Aha!
Immortal no less. I did not expect to see you here.
I am Zero, and this is my domain. 'Tis a safe haven for those who abhor conflict. Among those gathered here, many aspire to restore this world to how it once was.
Such a thing is possible.
Indeed. Though how long the endeavor will take, I cannot say. But for those of us abandoned by death itself, what do we have but time to try, and try again?
Very well. This light is ample proof your comrades spoke true. However long it takes to restore our world, you shall have my aid.
And you shall have mine.
I just realized you can see their actual eyes under the mask. It would seem Eula's intervention has helped forge a new bond. Thank you for bringing me word. I gather you'll head home sooner rather than later. Yeah, because I don't have anything else to do here. Then let us return to the Red Moon. I'm sure you won't begrudge me a proper farewell. And then we're going to get back to the moon and we'll probably have the scene with Halmarut.
Would you deliver a message to Eulus for me? Tell him that we're making progress towards rebuilding our home. And I hope that he is too.
Enuo's Memoria will be safe here. The crystal containing Zeromus has been passed on to our allies in the First. If Enuo's Memoria might serve them in restoring their world, we shall likewise consider its transfer.
How much simpler it would be to aid one another in our respective fights, were it not for these boundaries between us.
Oh, I wonder if that's the next
Safe
big
travels, my friend. We take comfort in the knowledge that you're out there fighting too, wherever you may be.
So we've been to a shard of light, a shard of dark. We're going to a shard of ice. I wonder if we're like going to reattach like locations with the shards with their opposite, and by doing that, we're going to like merge the worlds.
No luck, I'm afraid. It appears he's not in Mare Lamentorum.
Mare Lamentorum. I always thought it was Mar. Okay. Oh. Hi. I just went for a dimensional hop.
Wait. Is that...
Gods, you had us worried. You suddenly disappeared. We didn't know what to think.
And slight payback from when you guys passed out on me in Stormblood. No, not really.
Shortly after you vanished, the Void-sent incursion abruptly ended. We surmised you had a hand in that, but never did it cross our minds that you were fighting alongside Zero and Golbez.
This golden path you said you traversed wasn't visible to us either. Nor did we hear a voice. Ethos. Might this be the key's true name?
While many mysteries remain, for now, I am glad to learn the state of affairs in the 13th. Golbez's suspicion that the barrier twixt worlds has begun to weaken. 'Twould certainly explain the surge in fissures manifesting in the source.
Yet what could be behind such a phenomenon?
And who might you be? Not a Void-sent, I'd wager.
Greetings. I am Helmerut of the Asians. We are your sworn foes, I know. But on this occasion, will you not put away your arms?
Honestly, I'm getting like Emmett Silk vibes from her.
I wish only to talk. Thank you for affording me a chance.
Bereft of the Unsundered, we were under the impression you and yours no longer had cause to continue your activities. That you should reveal yourself at this juncture. I assume you are the one who bestowed Calyx with the knowledge of summoning and the reflections.
Yes, that is correct.
Was it necessary to reveal my present form as well?
Calyx. So he succeeded in transferring his memories after all.
at ease. Even were I to occupy a combat-oriented vessel, I would not have the ability to defeat you. You destroyed my plan, my life's work. I have naught to replace it, nor will I ever regain what I once had.
If you wish to speak, Halmarut, will you not tell us what it is that you hope to accomplish?
As you know, our star Aetheris was sundered into 4 and 10 shards in the time of the Ancients. As the will of the star, Hydaelyn perpetuated this unnatural division for millennia. And in the wake of her passing, nature has begun to reassert itself. As a wound knits itself together, the star seeks to become whole once more. Yes, it seeks to rejoin with all of its shards. Unlike the one we Ascians attempted to orchestrate, however, the star's rejoining will afford mankind no special treatment. All life and matter will be condensed into a single whole and remade for a new beginning. A complete rebirth.
This is what Yoshi P was talking about. Okay.
Aetheris will return to the way it once was. Hundreds of millions of years past. To a quiet and peaceful time. Long before the light of mankind was kindled.
And where do you sit on this?
Supposing for a moment we believe you, how can you possibly know all this?
It is an inevitability that I have foreseen since time immemorial. A future that awaits should creation be freed from the influence of Hydaelyn and Zodiark. The star is tolerant to life. It holds no grudges, and neither rages nor weeps for being sundered. Yet by the same token, it is indifferent to life's survival. No amount of devastation and death can compel it to stop the wheels of creation from turning. The earth shakes, and mountains spew fire. Floods wash away the fruits of labor, and icy winds freeze and starve. Countless perish as nature runs its course. So many seeds of life have already been lost. Yet in spite of this, people continue to believe that the morrow will come. But it will not. For nothing lies beyond the solstice, when all creation is reunited. When that day comes, every last trace of mankind shall be erased. I cherish man's journey. Despite losing his innocence and being made to live with suffering, he has forged ever onward. Strong, even as he is weak, his is a proud tale in the history of the star. 'Twould be a shame for that tale to end. For all to wither and die, when some might yet survive. Would you not agree?
Okay, that explains why she backed Calyx for people to live a way of life.
If a natural rejoining doth lead unto the solstice, then thine intent is to preemptively rejoin the worlds.
Correct. It was for this very purpose that Halmarut recruited suitable collaborators from the Reflections. Individuals like me, who would willingly doom another world in order to fulfill their aspirations. The Winterers, we are called. And if you and yours seek to protect all life, then sooner or later you shall have to contend with us.
Even if everything you claim is true? What you've done, Calyx, it's unforgivable!
I do not ask that you be pragmatic, nor do I seek your approval. Given your familiarity with other reflections, 'tis only natural that you are averse to our methods. But there is one irrefutable fact that you must understand. Should we take no action at all, the solstice will come, and no one will be left alive. No one.
So essentially, Halmarut's trying to get ahead of the disaster and save some lives?
Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the reflections as you deem fit. Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you.
Wait!
There you are. One moment you were standing before me, the next you vanished into thin air. Thanks to you all, the Voidsent have been eradicated and the gate lies sealed once more. There have been nearly a peep from the crater. Though I can't help but notice none of you seem to share my enthusiasm. Is something wrong? Yeah. The star seeks to become whole. But that's preposterous. As far as I'm aware, Heidelin made no mention of a natural rejoining. I ought to consult the records to be certain. But not before we thank you for dispatching the Voidsent so handily. You well and truly saved the day. Okay, I'm going to end this here. And I will continue on probably later today. We'll see. But until then, be good to yourself, be good to others, and be safe out there. Laters.
wrapped around your soul.